Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer and welcome to your daily silver stacking video. Thank you for tuning in, silver stackers, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone that is new, anyone that isn't subscribed, please click that like button, but more importantly, click the subscribe button, not for my sake, for your own. Listen, I post daily videos, multiple videos a day, updating you on the newest, latest, freshest, most up-to-date, recent information in the world of precious metals. More importantly, silver. You have to be kept in the loop. You can't just be sitting on the sidelines blindly investing. You got to know what's happening, especially in today's day and age. And I'm going to do that for you. You know, every day, just pop in for 10 minutes. You get your daily dose of silver stacking information. So make sure you're subscribed. Plus, I do lots of giveaways, unboxings, all types of stuff. So I also mentioned the newbies because a lot of times when people start investing into something, they don't truly understand the nature of its value. Really, I don't think as many people understand silver's true value as there should be. If I'm called a silver pumper because I say $100 silver, that person is sadly mistaken on silver's true value and the true value of a dollar. Because if you understand silver's true value and you understand the dollar's true value, then no amount of dollars could equal or equate to an ounce of silver. Think about it. There's only so much silver in the ground and not that much left. There's a silver shortage, but there's an endless supply of dollars. You know what the supply of dollars is? How many trees are standing on the earth, right? You cut the trees down. When they run out of trees, they run out of making fiat currency. Silver is very scarce. So you can't try to equate any amount of fiat to something that has intrinsical value, especially apart from gold that is used so much in the technological digital era that we're advancing in. So if you see where I'm going with this, I'm trying to desensitize you all to understand that when we're talking about $100 silver, that's nothing. That's pennies. If you want a better comparison, and this is more realistic, when you're looking at gold versus silver comes out of the ground 8-1, right? But that's only because they look for gold. Silver's found by accident. It's a byproduct, and it still comes out of the ground 8-1. If they were looking for silver just as much as gold, the ratio would be much smaller. And some say that silver is actually more rare than gold right now. But anyways, you see a premium on these silver coins on APMEX because there's a silver shortage. Gold doesn't have any premiums. There's no gold shortage. Gold is not scarce. But to revert back to the point, if you're looking at gold and silver, gold is used for coins, jewelry, necklaces, earrings, watches, a little bit of golden technology. Silver is used in laptops, everything beyond in 5G and electric vehicles and solar panels, yada. It's used in everything, and as we grow technologically, we're going to need more and more and more and more and more silver. That's a fact. That's not a theory. So, since we know that silver is a lot more vital in the coming years, where gold is basically just pretty, valuable because it's pretty, right? A lot of people say, precious metals are just valuable because they're shiny. It's like, no, silver has real world uses. So if you look at gold, it's sitting around $1,600 that does nothing. But then you have something like silver that's $23 that is literally the most important tangible item in the world right now. Because the Green New Deal, electric vehicles, all of that might not, and a lot of people say is not realistic because there's not enough silver to make the entire country go green by the year 2040 or whatever. Or the entire world go green by the year 2040 is not realistic. We don't have enough silver to make all those solar panels. So think about it. Joe Biden coming out and saying the Green New Deal can't happen, or, electric vehicles aren't going to be the future because there's not enough of this thing called silver, and nothing can replace silver. I already know what you guys are about to say. They're going to find something to replace silver, or no. Listen, silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity, electricity, even light sensitivity. Nothing performs like silver, especially for as cheap as it is. The next thing is copper, but silver will never be replaced. I've covered tons of different articles and information on this. Silver is by far the best. Nothing's going to replace silver. Back in the day, ancient Egyptians, in biblical times, they thought silver was magic because it could purify water, responded with elements like no other, like nothing else does. And you drop a silver in some milk, it keeps the milk fresh longer. I mean, silver is amazing. And going from that point, I don't see how in the world $23 silver equals or equates to that as a fair price. And we know it's not. That's why we're buying it right now, right? If silver was sitting at $1,600 and gold was also sitting at $1,600, there wouldn't be as much of that pull. And I'd probably still be sitting here making a video right now, because even if you're looking at $1,600, the grand scheme of things in 30, 40 years from now, who knows? I mean, a couple thousand people, Wall Street Silver pushed silver's price up to $30 within a couple of months, right? February to, March or whatever, silver was pushed up to $30. That was back when they first started, only had probably 5,000 members. Silver is a much smaller market than gold. Silver is volatile. Silver is very, very, very explosive with a lot of potential. And I say that because of what's happening, what's about to happen, and what has happened. If you want to look at a comparison, go 2008 to 2011. The dollar is worthless, ladies and gentlemen. What influences silver's price the most is the dollar index, and then going into supply and demand. The dollar index and supply and demand. And those two things individually, those two most influential things on silver's price over the next decade are going to be the ones that get hit the hardest. The dollar index, dollar strength is going to be crumbling. I mean, inflation, hyperinflation, quantitative easing, interest rates, the way that we're throwing out these trillions of dollars in stimulus. The dollar index, which is one of silver's most influential price movers. So I just explained what's about to happen basically with the dollar going downwards. But then you have supply and demand. One of the biggest, if it is the biggest influencer. Supply and demand, there's a silver shortage. Silver's scarce. We are running out of silver. U.S. Mint, limited mintage numbers on American Eagles. Perth Mint trying to scrap cell phones now because they're running out of silver. Nobody can get silver. So we have the two biggest, most influential things that moves the price of silver, and those two things are going to be looking extremely bullish for silver. Not gold, but silver. So if you really want to look at silver's true value, $100 for an ounce of silver really isn't $100 if you think about it. It's $100 right now, but in 15 years, that $100 will only be able to buy you probably a tenth of what that $100 can today. So if you can start to change your perspective to look at, well, 1 ounce of silver is always going to be 1 ounce of silver inside of it, no matter who says that coin is worth what. But a $100 bill isn't always going to be worth $100 because what you can buy with that $100 bill is ever changing. That's why your grandparents say back in the day a pack of cigarettes cost 25 cents. Nowadays cigarettes are $11 or whatever. So you could see how you also have to incorporate the dollar's devaluation with these prices. So if I say $500 silver, you could say that's crazy, but in 10, 15 years, $500 will only be worth about $100 today. And then you have to also incorporate the premiums. A lot of people threw out price forecasts, price predictions earlier this year saying $50 silver by the end of 2021. Were they wrong? Were they wrong? Nope. They weren't wrong. Silver Slayer. Silver is only $23. I'm looking at spot price right now. Well, guess what? Guess what? If you want to go buy an ounce of silver right now, physical ounce, go on Amazon. Type in American Eagles. Look at the price of American Eagles on Amazon. Tell me how much they are, and tell me if there's any in stock. People are buying up $50 American Eagles like hotcakes on Amazon. eBay, $40+. So is silver's price right now either $23 or $45 to $50? Are you going to look at a relevant number on a screen that says silver's price should be this, or are you looking at what you actually have to pay to get that physical ounce? Because in my perspective, the $45 to $50 range would be a lot more accurate saying that silver's price. Because if $23, if the digital side of silver says $23, but you can't buy an ounce anywhere for $23, then is that really the price? No. Spot price is becoming detached from the real price. And we're going to see that more and more and more. So it's another thing you have to incorporate when you're looking at silver's true value. No matter who says that 1 ounce coin is worth what is irrelevant, because the 1 ounce of silver is the value, not how much who says that coin is worth what. The price tag is irrelevant. You have to remember that. And you also have to remember that silver is undervalued. Gold is overvalued. If you're an investor, you look at things that have opportunity. You would rather invest into something that's undervalued, right? Why would you invest into something if you know it's overvalued? That's not smart. That's gambling. Investors make strategic decisions. You're going to invest into, or you want to invest into something that's undervalued, because then you know that the price will catch back up naturally. And I can guarantee in 10 years, people are going to be wishing they can buy a time capsule, fly back to 2021, right? December 29th, 2021, and pay $23 for an ounce of silver. They're going to wish they could do that, because by then the price will be so high, just like people saying they wish they can go back in time and buy, a whole bunch of Bitcoin when it was like 25 cents. Now it's like $50,000. That's the same thing. But we are already here and we know it. We're like the people that back in 2015, 2016, we're like the people that were buying all the Bitcoin knowing it's going to explode. Because back then, people are buying Bitcoin. They didn't know it was going to go this high. But we're kind of like those people. We already know silver's going to explode over the next 10, 20 years. So why not buy all of it? Why not? Why hesitate? Why do you need confirmation or validation when the price rises? When the price is falling, why do you get scared or start second guessing yourself? You know that silver's worth a lot more than $23. So why in the world would you want the price to go up? You're supposed to be lowering your dollar per ounce average, not rising it. So with that said, if you're not planning on selling for the next couple of years, then you better hope silver stays low for as long as possible, so you can buy as much silver for as cheap as possible that you can. I mean, 1 + 1 = 2. Investors, we have to take the emotional attachment out of it. We have to, especially with so much going on right now and all the new variants. If you are emotionally invested into this and also paying attention to everything else going around the world, you're gonna drive yourself insane. You have to try to make some type of fun out of it. Try to find some type of balance, or you're gonna go insane. If it's not fun, if you're not enjoying it, then it's not even worth it. Because yes, it's financial freedom, but it's also a hobby to a lot of us. It's a community. It's a lot of us are coin collectors as well. It's not all just about money, because at the end of the day, you're putting fake money into real money and then transferring the real money back into fake money. So what's the point of transferring fake money into something that's real if you're just going to go sell it right back to that fake stuff? So are you going to hold it, or are you going to use that as your advantage, as a hedge, and then when it's time to retire, sell it, liquidate it, or pass some down and sell 15% off the top, pay off your house or whatever, and then put the rest into your kids or grandkids' savings? What are you going to do? That's another very interesting topic that I don't think is talked about enough either. But anyways, I just really wanted to try to show silver's true value and why it has so much potential. And yes, silver didn't explode yet, but I'm about to be talking, I'm going to be sharing that in another video today, so stay tuned. I'm going to be talking about why silver has not exploded yet, why it hasn't skyrocketed. Because on papers, you would think by now silver would be above $100. I mean, given the circumstances for the last 2 years, it makes sense that silver would be in triple digits, but it's not. So I'm going to be explaining my theory on why it's not and when it will. So stay tuned. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was 1, educational, 2, informational, 3, at least entertaining, make sure to hit the like button. I post daily videos. Make sure you're subscribed, not for my sake, for your own, every single day. 2, 3 videos a day. I got y'all. Stay tuned. 2022 is going to be a banger. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. See you guys soon. Peace.